Today is Sunday, November 10th, and I want to share with you guys something that I read from the Harvard Business Review. The specific topic is dealing with difficult people. It's from the Harvard Business Review Emotional Intelligence series. And there's two questions that they suggest that you ask yourself when dealing with difficult people. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what are the facts in this situation? The second question is, what's the story I'm telling myself about those facts? Now let me read this portion from HBR, Harvard Business Review, because I think it's important. It says, each of us has a default lens through which we see the world. We call it reality, but in fact, it's a selective filter. We have the power to view the world through other lenses. There are three worth trying on when you find yourself defaulting to negative emotions. First, the lens of realistic optimism. Using this lens requires asking yourself two simple questions when you feel you're being treated badly or unfairly. The first one is, what are the facts in this situation? The second is, what's the story I'm telling myself about those facts? Making this distinction allows you to stand outside your experience rather than simply reacting to it. It also opens the possibility that whatever story you're currently telling yourself isn't necessarily the only way to look at your situation. Now, that's the lens that I'm asking you guys to focus on, the lens of realistic optimism. So let's take, for example, your mom being mean to you or raising her voice at you, and you feel bad because you feel like she hurt your feelings or something, right? Or you feel like she's being difficult. Rather than have that negative response, you want to ask yourself the question, what are the facts in this situation? Fact number one, she asked you to clean your bedroom. Fact number two, you didn't clean your bedroom. Fact number three, your bedroom is dirty and not in living conditions. Fact number four, she asked you again and again to clean your room and you chose not to clean your room. Now that we understand the facts, the second question you want to ask yourself is, what is the story that you're telling yourself about those facts? And when you analyze this part, what you'll realize is that instead of you telling yourself a realistic version of the story, which should be, my mother is raising her voice at me because I didn't clean my room, you tell yourself a different story. My mother's raising her voice at me because she's mean. My mother's raising her voice at me because she hates me or doesn't like me, right? Or thinks less of me, or because she has an anger issue. That's the story you tell yourself, which isn't, in fact, true. Again, when you analyze the facts, it allows you to step outside of your situation and really analyze what's going on. She's mad at you for not cleaning the room. And it gives you the solution. Clean your room, right? Now, I know you don't want to clean your room. I get it. But on the flip side, you also don't want your mom to be mean or give you this response that you're looking to avoid. Unfortunately, the only way to avoid that response is to do what's right. Clean your room. But again, more importantly, focus here on the reality that when you're dealing with difficult people, or when someone says something to you that you don't like that hurts your feelings, ask yourself the question, what are the facts? And what story am I telling about these facts? And then compare that against reality. The family that studies together stays together.
Are you good at planning?
I want to show you guys something that I do to study that helps me tremendously. I am reading on my Kindle app, but at the same time I have the same book as a PDF on my computer. And what I do is I click on this button here that says read aloud, and it reads it for me out loud while I read it. Or sometimes I just listen to it and then highlight as I hear something that is of interest to me, or that I believe I will use in my paper or research. This is important because if you listen to the book as you read it, it'll help you focus. And when you're reading and you start to, daze off, by listening to it, your mind will continue listening to it while your eyes stop looking at the words, and it'll keep you focused on getting the job done. I've read like 4 chapters in the last night, and it's a great way to get it done. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2019, and the kids are sleeping in the hallway because we got rid of their beds because we bought another one that was supposed to have been delivered today but hasn't. So the kids are sleeping in the living room. Until their bed arrives. Poor kids. And the bedroom's empty. Hey guys, some of the exercises that I do in the morning to help with the cough, you'll probably remember from when I was taking singing lessons with Darnell. But some of the main ones that I do in the morning are this one. Hopefully you would have taken lessons from me, or I would have paid for lessons, and you would know to push from your diaphragm, from your gut. So it should be like, you breathe in deep into your gut, and then you should feel your abs tighten. And then the other version of that is to do it at a lower register, which is, no, that's not it, that was a burp. But at the lower register, it's why this is good is because the vibration and the sound cleans up or clears up, shakes up whatever gunk you have in your throat or in your nasal areas that cause you to cough. And the pushing out from your diaphragm helps you to speak properly and also breathe properly, because part of the problem with the cough, I have determined, is that we're not breathing properly. So we need, by doing that exercise and other exercises and singing, in essence, we're teaching our body the habit of breathing from the diaphragm, which helps to, instead of breathing from the throat area, if we breathe through the diaphragm, that helps alleviate the cough, and also helps you sound more confident too, by the way. Anyway, that's it.
¿Qué haces aquí, Cassius? ¿Quiénes son ellos? ¿Qué quieres?
Gonzalo no sabe que su mejor amigo lo traiciona con su novia. ¿Qué pasa, Max? Nunca te ponías así cuando me veías. ¿Quieres pegar? ¿No te provoca insultarme? Pues te presento a mis primos. Ellos también son... ¿Cómo me llamabas tú? Chocolocos.
Pensé que te había sido...
Sí, me fui. Pero volví para cobrar unas deudas. ¿Crees que no me debes algo, Max?
O la denuncias para que las borren, o te vendemos tus pies afrolatinos.
You guys remember Andy? He's my kung fu buddy, Andy Perez. His actor name is Andy Price. Anyways, that was him in Relaciones Peligrosas. To date, his only acting job. You know, he and I were friends for quite some time, and we still are friends, I guess, or acquaintances. We don't speak as much anymore just because, you know, I guess he only contacts me when he needs me. And since I don't do Kung Fu anymore, we don't really see each other or speak anymore. But, you know, still say hello every now and then. But I just thought it's funny since on Pluto TV, TV app that I use here in the office, it's giving his novela that he was a part of, Relaciones Peligrosas. So I thought I'd record it. Your mother never thought that he was really a good actor, and as you could tell, he really wasn't. Seemed forced, etc. Anyway, take care.
Sino yo. Te voy a mostrar todo lo que aprendí para defenderme de tipos como tú.
Oh, that, by the way, is him supposedly using some Kung Fu.
No lo hago por venganza, sino como una lección. En la vida, si vas repartiendo golpes, a cambio no vas a recibir flores. Que tarde o temprano, todo se paga.
Actually, I don't think that was the Kung Fu moves he used. But as you could tell, part of the problem was his Spanish. It sucked. And here's the stupid intro to the show.
Ay, wow, ese es mi sueño. Bueno, pues ahora que tengo novio le voy a decir para irte a visitar, ¿va?
¿Y Gonzalo?
¿Y tú preguntando por Gonzalo?
Diego, deberías despedirte de Cassius, no seas mala onda.
This is when he got cut out of the show.
Conmigo, ¿sí? Porque eso parece reunión de minorías. Solo faltas tú, la indocumentada.
Óyeme, ¿qué te pasa?
Cassius, gracias por haberte venido a despedir. Siempre me quedé con tantas cosas que decirte. Pero ahora lo único que quiero es agradecerte por haber sido tan especial conmigo.
Sorry you didn't make it on the show, buddy.
Te vas a morir cuando sepas a dónde me mudé.
Perhaps for my own memories, I'm recording this little stop that I usually make to drop off FedEx packages whenever I have mail that I gotta send to clients. I'll pull into this little area here. Whee! Whoops. And this is one of the FedEx places or FedEx drop boxes that I use. Pull over here. It's freezing cold. There it is. I just tooted. And then I'll walk back to my car and move along.
It's an opportunity to point out people who think differently than we do, and that's
Ladies
not
and gentlemen,
illuminating
Dr.
in any
Stephen
sort of historical
Shoemaker,
sense. So just keep
the gentleman who has
an
helped me
alert to
organize my
that
thesis,
temptation and that tendency,
capstone,
and understand
paper.
these people in their own context. Again, I don't have any indications that this is a flaw for you necessarily, but it's just so easy to do it. Right.
Today is Thursday, November 14th, 2019, and I am walking into ENT Analogy Associates to meet with this doctor that a friend from choir recommended to me, who specializes in laryngology, throat doctor, to see if I have any nodules in my throat, and also to check for pre-cancer, just because, thank you, just because my grandmother on my mother's side died from throat cancer. So since I have issues with the throat, I figure it makes sense to get it checked early to be preventative. The name of the doctor is this guy, Dar Sripada, I think. Dar Sripada. Good luck saying that. And yeah, this is actually the guy, Gangadhar Sripada. That's him. Alright, so I've come out of the doctor's office, and what he did was he did he did a fiber optic laryngoscopy, which pretty much means he took a thin telescope and put it down my nose to look at this throat area. The good news is that he says that he sees no precursors of cancer, no nodules, no irritation, nothing out of the ordinary, so that's great news. He says that he suspects that the laryngospasm, meaning the constant cough that I have, is due to hypersensitivity and is habitual with possible poor upper airway conditioning, which I translate to mean a hypersensitive throat area, and that possibly I'm not breathing correctly, which kind of coincides with the fact that the singing has helped me, the singing lessons, that is, with Darnell, and that the girl from choir who recommended me to this guy is going to a voice therapist who is helping her with breathing, etc. His recommendations to me were to purchase a Vicks personal steamer, which, if I understand correctly, is a steamer that you carry around you and that constantly humidifies the air around you. I'll look for it and report back to you. As well as a nasal saline gel that I should put around my nose at all times. He gave me a sample to start with. Where the fuck is it? Oh shit. And of course I forgot to ask for the ear thing, what to do with that. He just said it was dry though. So I guess there's nothing. What the fuck did I do? Oh, here it is. It's called Air Saline Nasal Gel with Aloe Vera. Right, so that's what he wants me to use around my nose on a daily basis. He also wants me to use a humidifier at nighttime, so I'm gonna have to go back to using that. And finally, he recommended seeing a voice therapist to help me with training the vocal area, which again makes sense because my singing lessons with Darnell has helped. So I'm going to look into all of these things and get back to you guys. Love you. As I'm driving through Wayne, New Jersey, there are a lot of really nice houses here, and I wanted to address a topic with you real quick, which is the question of why don't we live in a house now? Why do we live in a condo, and why do you and both of you, Isabella and Michael, share one bedroom? The reason why is this. I could, if I wanted to, with your mother, we could buy a house right now. We could save up money, you know, and put money down as a down payment, and we could get, you know, a decent house. It's not going to be a mansion or a big house. Wouldn't be anything I would be particularly happy with, to be frank with you. But that's not the point. The main point that I wanted to communicate to you guys is, even if right now we could get a massive house, right? Or a nice house, a big house, I don't want to do that. And the reason why is because as a financial advisor, as a financial planner, someone who helps people with their money and their investments, I get to see a lot of how things cost in life. And I gotta tell you, perhaps one of the biggest, if not the biggest expense in my clients' lives are maintaining a home. So we could have a great, beautiful house, but there tends to be expenses that can be large, like $5,000 a year to do basic maintenance around the house, landscaping, taking care of the lawn, shoveling. Then you have your boiler that could go out, and that's going to cost you $10,000, or your roof has to be fixed, that can cost you $10,000. The point is that owning a house is not just, oh, you make a mortgage payment and that's it. There's taxes, there's home insurance, but more importantly, again, there's the topic of maintenance. And right now, I'm 43 years old. You guys are 10 and 11. In 7 to 8 years, if all the plan goes according to plan, you know, you guys will be in Cambridge and you'll be going to Harvard through the extension school, and you'll be living there so that you have the full Harvard experience, and at the same time ideally work for Harvard University so that you pay like $50 a class, which is great. And your mom and I, at that time, you know, my plan for her and I is that we travel the world. You know, my goal really is to retire, to stop working at JP Morgan. Well, not stop working at JP Morgan, but rather be more of an independent advisor where I'm no longer in growth mode, but it's more a question of retaining my book of business and keeping my clients happy, and have the commercial cleaning business. And that way I can work from wherever I want, from home, and meet my clients at my schedule when I want. And that will give me the flexibility to travel the world with your mother. So that's something that I want in the next 2 years, 3 years tops. Maybe I delay that to when you and Michael, whoever's watching the video, go to Cambridge, you know, and you guys are out of the apartment, so that your mom and I don't have to worry about who are we going to leave you with. Now granted, once you know you're 14, that's no longer an issue. Heck, once you're 12, that's no longer an issue. But still, the point that I'm making is, and I'm blabbing, I'm sorry. The point that I'm making is that I have a condo right now instead of buying a house, is because on that condo, all I owe is maintenance and taxes and home insurance. So my monthly expense for our condo is about $1,500 a month, which is nothing in comparison to if I had a mortgage. It'd probably be close to, you know, $3,000 or $5,000 a month. Why have such a big payment? You know, we have a very nice sized condo. Okay, you guys have to share your room. I get it, but we could work around that as you get older, I think. You know, but more importantly, being debt free, not having to make substantial monthly payments, is going to give your mother and I the flexibility to travel the world, to live life to our fullest, and at the same time be able to do things with you guys. Because if I have a $3,000 a month mortgage, or a $5,000 a month mortgage, or if I got to take out a line of credit for $10,000 to fix the roof or something, that strains your monthly your monthly nut, and doesn't allow you to, you know, wouldn't allow us to do some of the things that, you know, we do now, and that we will continue to do and add to in the future. So, you know, hopefully you'll walk away from this understanding that you don't need to have a house. You know, it's not a necessity. You know, don't fall for the American dream of you have to own a home. No, that's stupid. It's okay to rent. You know, it's okay to own a small condo. Well, we don't have a small condo, a medium-sized condo. That's perfectly fine. Be smart with your money. As a matter of historical record, I'd like to point out that Isabella is sleeping on the sofa. Ever since I took her phone away from her, Now, what she does when she comes home is she sleeps all the time. Or spends time with me, which is cool, but she mostly sleeps. Ready?
That's it. That's all.
You look like a little skinny monkey. You're so pretty. What's it like to be so pretty? Mommy's hard at work. We have an interesting development. Today is Friday, October the 15th, 2019, and we have found young Isabella with bangs. What the hell, woman? How'd you do that?
I didn't cut my hair. I love it too much.
You look like a friend of mine from college, Maria Lina Salinas Sanuanelo,
I look like Dora the Explorer.
Isadira Medilla Pacheco, whatever the hell.
I look like Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Get away from me, sucker.
Let's go, bro.
Get out of here.
Let's go, bro.
Get out of here. Get out. Ow. Get out of here. Loser.
Where'd you go?
Told you a loser.
Let's go.
Get away from me.
Ah!
Don't try to hurt me. Get out of here.
I'm not trying.
Ah, my titty, stupid. Don't touch my titty.
You hurt my fingers.
I'm sorry. My heart is slightly broken today. Show the full jacket. Because Bella's wearing mommy's jacket. I bought for mommy in the year 2009 maybe, or 2010. I have memories of mommy in that jacket, and now my daughter's wearing it. Oh, she's growing so fast.
My eyes hurt.
Wait for me. Si hay sol, hay playa. Si hay playa, hay sol. Si hay alcohol, hay eso. Si es contigo, mejor.
Is it an elevator?
Press down.
So, are we gonna go eat food?
No.
Always eating, bro.
Yeah, bro. What's up with you, bro?
I'm hungry, bro.
You're always hungry, bro. You ate breakfast, bro.
He only ate like a cupcake.
He had cereal. Alright, go. Almost. You almost got it. Try again.
Wait, I don't want my shirt to come off.
Oh, who cares? No one's gonna look at your stomach. Hurry up. Yeah, you pretty much got it.
On my legs.
There you go. All the nice lights. How pretty. For the holiday season. Holiday season. What did you do, Bella? What did you do? Wait. Oh, that's so good.
I'm leaving it like that.
You should. Oh man, I want to be on Instagram. How did you do that?
I set it as wallpaper. You don't know how to set wallpaper?
I do. I didn't know you could do that. Bella making her first Lego ever in her life. Aren't you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I gotta sort out these colors.
What?
I have to sort out these colors. So proud of you, Bella. I know it. Alright, how do you do this? Puppy, you help me?
Today, Bella cut her hair. Now she has ponytails.
I forgot to cut my hair. My dead ends are gone.
Michael found out what a porn star is.
I saw it on TikTok, and then I asked Daddy, and he said it was.
And what No Nut November is? Do you know what No Nut November is?
Yeah.
What is it?
heterosexual.
Okay, pretty close.
What is it then?
Yeah, he's pretty accurate. Oh, and you did mommy's homework for her today?
Oh yeah, she was ungrateful and told me that it was all wrong, even though English is my language.
We
So
might go to
next-
Ecuador.
So next year when I have Spanish class and I have homework, you have to help me with one homework. Because I have to with one
It's
homework.
gonna be the first time I've ever gone to a different country.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna go in December. I'm thinking very hardly about it. What?
So next year if I have Spanish.
Today is Monday, November 18th, 2019. And look at the paintings that my daughter made of dogs. This is my favorite one because it has a tooth sticking out. And you drew milk
Mhm.
and fish.
Mhm.
Is that the fish filter?
What's a fish filter?
The filter thing that I bought that goes in my
Oh, yeah.
humidifier. That's where you got that
Yeah.
idea from.
And then the red.
Let me see.
Either made my ears or you know.
Oh, that's cute.
And then I have this. Wait, this
I like
one.
that. Oh wow,
And then this one.
cool.
And then this one.
Wow, just like your father, but more creative.
Yeah, of course I am. You guys are plain.
Thanks. And you cut your hair yesterday, huh?
Yeah. I miss it so much.
I think it looks great.
Me too. But I still miss it.
How do I look?
Like an Indian.
Let's see if it goes.
Watch it leave a mark.
Doesn't go.
But it left a mark.
Today is I don't know what fucking day it is. It's Tuesday, November 19, 2019, and I'm heading to the Secaucus Middle School to meet with the principal, the guidance counselor, and the science teacher for Isabella. I think her name is Jeanette Rodriguez, because she has been, in essence, bullying my daughter, so I have to address this issue. Went in the wrong door, so now I'm going in the right door, the middle school side. I love it that the cops are here. That's great. That's how it should be. Right, so I just finished meeting with Miss Rodriguez and Miss Candela and the guidance counselor lady. And my assessment is that Isabella is being Isabella. She's being her father's daughter. And listen, the reality is that we struggle with attention deficit disorder. And because of that, we we get distracted easily. We're smart people, and we do well in life, but the problem is that we work in spurts. And even if we know someone's on top of us, we lose interest really quickly. And that's part of what Isabella's struggling with now. Now, on top of that, what winds up happening is that Isabella, like her father, rather than taking ownership of what's happening fully, will then deviate to see who she could blame, because that is the natural response to avoiding getting in trouble. So what I need to do is speak with Isabella and help her understand what's happening and what she's struggling with, and what is the best way for her to navigate this. And that, she's not, that making up stories about her teacher isn't going to accomplish the goal for several reasons. A, it's not going to help her. B, she hurts other people, because this lady, Miss Rodriguez, I could tell she was, struggling, suffering, if you will. If this is the Shunins. Hello? About that, but I had to rush home to for the delivery of your bed, which wasn't even completely delivered. Anyway, so important thing that I want you guys to remember. So we struggle with attention deficit disorder, and one key way of overcoming that is A, communicate with your teachers, let them know. Use the school facilities or departments that they provide for you to be able to work with the school. But more importantly, listen to this. What helps me a lot is to have defined, line by line listed action items and short-term goals. So, and then accomplishing those goals one by one. That makes a huge difference, because take, for example, right now I'm working on my thesis, right? So that I could graduate from Harvard, my master's degree. Now, just working on the thesis itself is very complicated. Feels like a never-ending process. But if I break the thesis down into steps and do so within the time frame that I am allotted. So for example, if I step one is, you know, find a topic, right? Once you find the topic, check that off, accomplished, right? But you want to document this in advance, so you want to organize and prepare in advance what your line items are. So my line items would be find a topic, second, find an argument, third, do research, and to be specific, find, you know, 10 secondary sources or articles in reference to my topic. Third would be to read the first 3 of those 10 sources. 4 would be read the next 3 of those 10 sources, and so on and so forth. The next step would be to write a summary, a 2-page summary of my argument, you know, and then from there, the introduction, and so on and so forth. So if you write out and list out what your expectations are of yourself, but also for your class, and then you check those things off one by one, you'll feel a huge sense of accomplishment, because you're making progress towards the larger goal. And part of what happens with attention deficit disorder, I notice, is you lose focus because you feel like there's this, it's never ending, like there's no end in sight. You know, you're constantly going to be working on something. It feels like you're always going to be working on this thesis, or you're always going to be in the science class, or you're always going to be in school. So because it's like never ending, it's like, why even bother? Or I don't feel like doing it, because it's a never ending task, you know, that has no moments of victory, no celebrations, no feelings of like, good, I accomplished this, next, you know. So if you break down your large goals into smaller ones, it gives you sense of victory, small victories and senses of accomplishment that will help you towards achieving your larger goal. Hope that helps. I'm in Jersey City, New Jersey at the Chase Jersey City Corporate Wellness Center, and I'm going to be doing my wellness check, wellness screening, as well as yuck, what is that? As well as getting a flu shot. But these unnecessary things, especially if I want health insurance, well, coverage and, you know, stuff like that, and flu shot is very important. I'll see if I can record inside. This is where it all happens. In here. Now I'm gonna go get Starbucks because I'm hungry. Or coffee. I need coffee. This is the entrance to the corporate center. I remember one time speaking to a client, Ted Deck, while I was standing here. I think it was because of the whole thing that I was doing with the whatever I just did. Anyway, gonna get coffee. So as I enjoy my Starbucks espresso, it's an espresso quad, by the way, Compana, with an extra splash of 2% milk. You know what, I wonder if I can increase this. There you go, that's a little bit better. I need coffee in the morning. Mike gets that for me. I thought I would share with you guys my results. My BMI is 27.7. which is slightly higher than which. Actually, no, it's probably not good. Oh no, okay. So I should be between 18.5 and 24.9. So I'm at 27.7. My blood pressure is 116/79, which is good. Happy about that. That's normal. My total cholesterol should be between 125 and 199. Mine is at 260. That's a little bit high. I just had 2 chocolate chip cookies though, so that might contribute to it. My HDL cholesterol level should be should be at 40 or above. Mine is at 39, so it's 1 below. Not too bad. My triglycerides should be at 149. They're at 287, so my triglycerides are pretty high, and those are fats composed of fatty acids and glycerol. Triglycerides then return to the liver where they are removed from the body. The level of triglycerides in your body can indicate how efficiently your body processes the fat in your diet. Your triglyceride result is sensitive to fasting. It is recommended to fast for 9 to 12 hours before you're screening for the most accurate result. I just had 2 cookies, big cookies, so probably not too accurate. LDL cholesterol should be at 129, I'm at 163. That's high. Non-HDL cholesterol should be at 159, I'm at 220. That's not good. Total cholesterol HDL ratio, I should be at 4.9 or lower, I'm at 6.6. And my non-fasting glucose should be at 139 or lower, I'm at 140. So overall, my blood work isn't that good. I mean, I didn't fast before this, so I expect the numbers to be a little bit higher. But overall, I think I'm doing okay. But the idea is you guys should do this stuff. It's healthy, it's good for you, and it's a good way to keep track of your health to see how you're at. Love you guys. I'm in Jersey City Corporate Center for JP Morgan Chase. There's Andy.
¿Sabes qué? La neta te presionamos muy gacho. Y tú hiciste lo correcto, Cassius. Le dijiste la verdad a la directora. Pasaste la prueba. Demostraste ser uno de los fantásticos. Eres uno de nosotros. Por eso venimos a pedirte que seas parte del equipo de fútbol. I don't get it. Fumar, güey. Fumar. People de paz. Nosotros. Mi rey.
Yep, I'm getting put in the washing machine.
Deberíamos echarle cloro a ver si le quita esa mancha.
What the heck?
¿Estás bien? ¿Ah? ¿Quién te hizo esto? ¿Estás bien? ¿Ah? Tienen que creerme, todo esto es un malentendido.
¿El dinero está aquí? Qu'est-ce qu'ils veulent, Sheila?
Je les avais jamais vus. No son del barrio. No sé qué querían, papá.
Écoute, Kutkas, ¿eran blancos? Regarde-moi. ¿Blancos o latinos? ¿Ah? Je les ai pas vus. Se me escaparon.
Je ne sais pas. Todo fue rápido.
Mais pourquoi t'as pas utilisé le pistolet? Hein?
Ya te dije. Todo fue rápido. Leave me alone. I want to go to sleep.
Raciste. Dites-vous ça!
Esto que siento no es coincidencia.
Oh, the entrance to Relaciones Peligrosas. Of course, sex is involved. Ugh.
Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2019, I think. And just recording Secaucus Plaza, CVS Pharmacy. I come here a lot. Big Buffet over there. Well, I used to come to the Big Buffet a lot. And of course, there's Plaza Pizza over there. CVS. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2019, and I left my cell phone at home, and I don't have a key because I left that at home as well. So for the first time ever, I'm going to spend a few hours without my cell phone and relying entirely on my Apple Watch. Let's see how it goes. There's the fraudster over there in the background. Unfortunately, there were no cars, so I couldn't follow anyone. Probably went walking, but they're gone. That sucks. Looks like they park elsewhere now. Yeah, he's fucked. Alright, checking out this place called CrossFit Steam. I don't know if I'm gonna join it, but I'm gonna check it out, see if it's a good way for me to gain muscle, lose weight, see what kind of promotions they have. Alright, I decided not to do, forgot to hit reverse. I decided not to do it because, well, CrossFit definitely makes sense to me. I think that it's a good exercise or form of exercise. I think that what I like about it is that it's whole body. But for the time being, I'll be back. Alright, sorry about that, but for some reason when I come into the car I tend to cough a lot. I'm not sure. I think it might be because I sit in the car and my body lowers like this, and as a result it leads to you know, acid reflux coming up. Anyway, I decided not to do the CrossFit. I think CrossFit's great. I want to do CrossFit, but I don't want to do it in a group setting. I'd rather see if I can do private lessons or personal training. And the reason why is because I don't want to go all out in the sense of, like, you know, doing the weight thing and then running and then box jumps and all that stuff. I want to be able to just focus on 1 or 2 exercises just to get my body started on exercise and to support what I'm doing with jiu-jitsu or boxing versus going all out. You know, for me, my exercise is boxing and jiu-jitsu. And whatever I do outside of that, you know, for me is to support the boxing and jiu-jitsu. I don't want anything that I do outside of boxing or jiu-jitsu to be, currently at least, I don't want it to be too much. Just because I don't have a need for it. And yeah, plus the other factors too, you know, I'm going to school right now, and that is a big priority for me. So I'm just being realistic, that's all. So I'll let you know. I'm gonna visit another CrossFit place that I saw open up close to home. Check that out and see if it's any different.